Hey, Russ, Cameron from the Courier Journal. I guess just first, just kind of how has your recovery been? And I know Sadaf said you're back to healthy. Just what's it like being able to be 100% and get back in workouts?
It definitely feels really good to be back with my teammates, working out and doing everything with them. The recovery process was long and it was tough, and I just have a lot of people to thank around the facility, especially the head trainer, Matt Summers, is just pushing me every day to get better.
So, Capital WLKY TV. Hearing that the two Louisville basketball players tested positive, does that scare you guys? I mean, how do you go about your business every day with this thing floating around, not knowing what's going to happen next?
Oh, really, really, you gotta look at it with a grain of salt because it's all over the country. It's not something that we're gonna be able to get away from. We just have to go about our business just like usual, and we're taking all the precautions that we need to, and we're doing it as safe as possible. Just trying to prepare for the season, um, and we're going to prepare for the season until they say that there is no season. So there isn't really anything that you can get too scared of.
Russ, this is Ken Spencer with WHAS 11. I mean, you're a senior. Is there a little bit of anxiety over what this season, your final one, could look like?
Oh, definitely. It's something that I personally think about every day. Just coming back, rehab, and working hard every day, trying to get back, and then just to do all of this work and then come back and not have a season would be pretty tough. Or to even come back and have an altered season, anything like that in your senior year would be tough on all of us too. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I hope that it's a full season and a regular season. Um, and that's just all there is to it, really.
Russ, Rick Bozich from WDRB here in Louisville. There's so much information that goes back and forth of teams that are practicing and then some shut down and what the NBA is doing. And what is your level of confidence personally that you guys will be able to have a season?
Right now, looking at it, I'm pretty confident that we'll have a season, and that's the only thing that I can prepare for at this point. We can't sit here as a team and prepare that we're not going to have a season. And everything that we're hearing, everything's in place. Everything is still on schedule. So we just have to keep pushing ahead.
Hey, Michael, 40. Obviously, you guys just had a limited spring practice, and obviously yourself, you sat out with your injury. But a lot of the talk about the 2020 team is the defense really needs to take a next step to help the team, take that next step as a whole. From your vantage point, where do you think the defense is compared to, the end of the season, and what do you expect for you guys this year?
Compared to the end of the season, it's just as a defense, we just know more what we're doing. This is the second year in the system. This is the first time in my career at Louisville that I've actually played for the same defensive coordinator for 2 years in a row. And that makes a big difference. All of the older guys in the program that's on defense, CJ, Dory, and all those big leaders on our team, we didn't have to learn a new install. So it's just picking up on what we built on last year, just more reps instead of more teaching. So I think we're gonna be a lot better. We're gonna be able to play faster, and we just have to be able to create more turnovers and just play more sound football on defense this year.
Russ, Cameron with the Courier Journal again. You got hurt in that Syracuse game. Do you remember what happened in that scenario? And then kind of can you walk me through just kind of what your rehab process was this offseason?
Yeah, I remember what happened. I kind of was going to make a tackle and then just blindly got hit out of nowhere by another player on the field in my lower leg area, and just had an operation done because of that. But rehab has definitely been tough. Something I've had to work every day, 6 to 7 days a week since November 23rd is the day I got hurt. So it's definitely been tough. But at this point, I think it's going to make me better, and I feel stronger now because of it. And I think that it is just a tough process.
And a follow-up to that, I know you didn't practice during the spring, but the one open practice we had, I know I was watching you kind of you were doing a lot of coaching of some of the guys and some of the safeties out there. How much of that did you embrace and you feel like will make you a little bit better or knowledge-wise coming into the season?
Oh, definitely. That's one thing that I can take out of this injury is definitely increase my mental part of the game. Just being able to lead during the spring while the young guys were out there getting a lot more reps than they usually would, and so they were making a little more mistakes. So it was good that I was able to be in that role and lead because that was the closest thing that I could get to actually being on the field at that time. So to pour in all my knowledge into them. I think that just it put me in a better mindset for this upcoming season. Just helped me prepare more, make me more detail oriented from the injury.
Russ, hey, it's Jody Dimling with Cardinal Authority. What was it like? Coach Satterfield mentioned that you were among the guys, I guess, that pretty much stayed here the entire time because you were doing your rehab. Did you stay in Louisville the whole off season, and what was it like not having any of your teammates kind of around?
Yeah, I actually did. I did have to stay here. It was definitely different. When you're on campus, you're just so used to being around all your teammates, being in facility, being able to be encouraged by your guys if they're walking by the training room, and so they encourage you while you're in there rehabbing and doing all the hard stuff. But it was more difficult just being in there by myself, with me and Matt just trying to prepare for the next season. But at the end of the day, it was really good for me, and that's where I made a lot of my biggest progress.
A follow up to that, are you 100% cleared right now, or are you close to all the way back?
I'm not 100% cleared. I'm close to all the way back. I mean, I've been doing everything with everybody. I'm 100% confident I'll be ready for the season. It's just a matter of time or whenever I get the okay.
Russ, Rick Bozich again from WDRB. How does the players' routine this summer compare to what you guys were doing like a year ago this summer?
Right now it's really pretty similar to where we were last year at this time. As far as the things that we're doing, we had to make up a lot of time, so we can't really do as much. What's the word? We can't do as many reps or so, but we're doing a lot of the same stuff, and it's been really difficult. I'd say we're really close to being in pretty good shape as a team and being close to where we were at this time last year. So I think everybody did a really good job of coming back in shape, and the strength staff doing a really good job getting us prepared.
Russ, Cameron again. Just obviously Isaiah Hayes will take a big step for you guys. Jack Fago, just obviously you have some newcomers there with Lovey and Minkins as well. Just kind of give me your thoughts on the crew you guys have back there at safety and how you saw them this spring.
The crew we got at safety is, I think we have a really good group of guys. We got a lot of talent. We got some experience with Isaiah and Jack. Isaiah brings a lot of experience to the table. He can play both positions in the safety room. He's really, really smart. He knows everything. Jack, he's freakishly athletic, and he's had some game experience. He started a couple games. He's ready to go in there. And then all the young guys are talented, and they're gonna learn what to do, and they're gonna be able to step in and fill their role too. So I'm really confident in those guys too.
Anything else for Russ?
Yeah, one more thing. Obviously, Russ, before you went down, you were having a pretty good season. As you obviously kind of went through this whole rehab process, you feel like you can get back to that point where you were at before you got hurt last year?
Yes, I definitely feel like I can get back to that point, and I feel like I can be better than that. I still feel like I have so much more to my game that I still haven't shown that I'm still working on. And just the injury, just being hurt, it just allows you to be more detail oriented and think about the little things that you weren't doing previously before. So I feel like I'm not going to lose a step. I think I'm going to be better off.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Russ. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.